Welcome to My Life on Paper. I'm Briana, and I am playing along with three things today. The first is Christmas in January, where on the 25th of every month we do Christmas layouts. The second is Baby Got Scraps, where we use one 12 by 12 piece of paper and then the rest are scraps. And the third thing I'm still playing along with is the big December Sketchfest with Scrap a Sketch, where we're using their sketches. And then there is an album at Scrap a Sketch that on Facebook that you can put your layout into the album. And here is the sketch. So here is pictures of my oldest Jillian and her fiance Nick. And there's two pictures of them with their stockings. And then the bottom picture is actually of our Christmas tree. Along with our TV, which is it looks like a picture frame, so that was kind of cool. I wanted to show you how I'm picking out my papers to go with this. These are the scraps I have. I have a big iris container of all my Christmas papers, including the scraps and the 12 by 12 papers. So I'm looking for something that is going to go along with those frames. The frames are from One Night in Bethlehem by Photoplay. And so the December Sketchfest, this is challenge number 13, and it's a grab 5. So it says frames, fussy cutting, stenciling, black, and stars. So I started off with the frames. I will do the stenciling after that. But I wanted some blue in the pattern paper to kind of go with the frames. I think I accomplished it. I mean, I think I definitely in the end accomplished what I wanted to do. These two pieces of paper are white, and I have a white background. It's going to go on some stenciling, and I'm going to ink those two pieces of pattern paper kind of to get them to stand out a little bit. I have my inks, my close to my heart inks up at the top there. And then I pick out this dark green to mat the photos in. All scraps. So now I'm matting my photos. One thing that I didn't realize was going to happen, my photos have to be bigger than what is on the sketch. And that presents a little bit of a problem, but I do come up with a solution for it. The other thing is that my frames are smaller than what's on the sketch, which poses a problem as well, but we do get around that as well. Once I get all my photos matted, I'm going to get them down on that pattern paper. And like I said, these photos are bigger than what is in the sketch. So when I get them all down on this pattern paper, the pattern paper then is too big. There's no room for the frames. They stretch from like the bottom of the page to the top of the page. So you will see in a minute here how, here, I think this is where I'm realizing this is not going to work. Oh, wait. I'm going to put that other pattern paper on first and then realize it's too big. So I am inking the sides so that they stand out more. So because they're white, they're on the white background. And then once I trim them down, I'm going to have to ink some more on that one side that I trim off. But I should be figuring that out shortly. Make sure you check down below who everyone that is playing along with all three of these hops. I'll have everybody listed. And here is where I then layer it onto the second pattern paper. I'll bring it back over to this white paper and I guess I gotta trim it first. And then I'll have to ink it some more. There's a lot of inking going on here. That's okay. My New Year's resolution is to stamp on every page, and I've failed so miserably. So this layout does get stamping on it, though. Here, I cut this frame. I should have trimmed it the other way. I was thinking I was going to make it look like these two square frames, but I really could have used it longer to span the length, because my photos are bigger than my than the ones in the sketch, and the frames are smaller. So here I am moving up the photos because I know I want to trim some more off. I want to make it shorter. And I have everything glued down, so I'm like, oh, I'll just cut a straight line with my scissors, which I knew was not going to happen. So I will get out the trimmer, and that works a lot better because I can't trim a straight line. Here's more inking. And then once this is complete, then I'm proud of myself because instead of like getting the frames glued down and then going, oh shoot, I was supposed to stencil, I will remember and I will stencil first. So that always helps when you get things in the right order. So this is gonna work better, these lengths. And you don't get to see much of either of the background paper on there. Oh, yep, ink it some more since you trim that off. And then I'll try it out again and say, yep, that's gonna work. It's not perfect, but it's gonna definitely work. There is where I can tell I got those two big gaps in there, but it'll be okay. So I have this stencil. It is by Photoplay, Tula and Norbert's Christmas Party, and it is called, oh, Christmas Party, Ugly Sweater 6x6 stencil. I have used it once before, and I use this sponge dauber brush, and I know I don't want it uniform. I want it like different colors, so that, and I do actually a very good job of that. I'm very happy with that. I'm gonna have to move it. It overlaps so it works well, but once I take the first one off, you'll see I should have had it overlap off the page because there's that plastic strip around it, and so it doesn't hit the top of the page, but it'll be okay. But I do adjust it for the second side so that it overhangs the top of the page. And here I'm just, I keep checking to make sure I've got a good, boy, what's the word you want to use when you've got a complete stencil, or it's completely stenciled under the stencil, maybe we'll say that. And so, and it's super, super easy to overlap. That was fun. And I'm just going to take the same color, that same green color from Close to My Heart. I'm going to do it on the other side. I believe it's called Pine. It is. That is Pine from Close to My Heart. Super old, retired forever ago. You can see that I have the old ink pads, but they still work and I like to use them then. With doing all these Baby Got Scraps layouts, I just marvel at how you can make such a fabulous layout with such little amount of patterned paper. A little patterned paper goes a long way. And just to let you know about the big December Sketchfest, down below will be linked the scrapbook group for Scrap-A-Sketch. And if you use the sketches to make a layout, put your layout into the album, and you can be put into a drawing for some prizes. That does close January 31st, so that is coming up, so just be aware of that. Here is my stenciled background, and I'm super excited about it. And I know that my photos are going to fit. Here I use some of the same pieces of the pattern paper just to kind of do that cluster on the left side like it is in the sketch. And that I'm really just eyeballing and then trimming with my scissors, not worrying about it being straight. Here I'm going to stamp. This stamp set is from Close to My Heart. It is called Holiday Ornaments, and it is a super old one from when I used to be a consultant years ago. It's fun in that one piece is the ornament, the other piece is the, I don't know what you call it, the top part of the ornament that then you can put the hook on to put it on the tree. So you can do them in two different colors. And I pulled out the blue to go with the frames, the green to go with the frames and the background. And then I have a brown to go with the frame and another blue to go with the frame. And I end up switching those out. So you can see I've got this kind of this red color that goes with the pattern paper. And then I'll pull out a pink that kind of goes with the pattern paper. It's not a great match, but I don't think I had a lot of pinks, and it was close enough for me. So here I am going to do my fussy cutting. That is one of the pick 5 items for the challenge for this layout, challenge number 13. And then I had 3 different grays, and I stamped those all out, and none of them matched. And in fact, I don't even use it. I have these Ellie Studio stickers you can see up in the left corner, and they had a gray with them, and I couldn't match that gray. So I thought, well, I'm going to go gold, but I didn't have any gold ink. So I used this Meggy Blethen paste, and I lightly brush it on, and I'll just stamp with that, and it works. You can't see like the fine details of this stamp, but that's okay. It's just the piece that goes on top of the ornament that goes onto the hook that goes onto the tree, because I don't know what the name of it is. And then, you know, that works well. Just know, and I did, I'll step the camera here in a second, but you got to wash that off quickly, or it'll dry onto your stamp and your brush. So I did get those washed off really quickly. And then I'm just going to fussy cut those pieces. And then you'll see me getting everything together for the layout. And as far as trimming these out, they don't have to be perfect. You can see that, like, I kind of just do a quick, just really quick around the outside. And then if there's too much white, you can always take a little bit more off. So far with the pick 5, you've seen my stenciling, my frames, my fussy cutting, and the other 2 things that will come up are black and stars. And I had a couple different ideas for stars, which I'll show you, but again, in the end, I'm very happy how this turned out. This is the second Christmas layout I've done from this past Christmas. So I use my ATG to get these strips down and just eyeballing them up. Just don't make sure that you don't put your paper on upside down. Here go the frames. And then I will use my Barely Art Glue to glue down the frames. Except for the middle one, which I use my ATG adhesive. Mainly because I just wanted to hold those other 2 in place where they were. And the frame there, if I would have cut it the other direction, it probably would have filled all that space. At that point, I was a little disappointed in myself, but it was already cut. So, and it works fine. Here we go with the liquid glue, because the other 2 are already in place, so it just works really good to sneak that in there. Now that I have those pieces down, I will use the adhesive to get the photos better down, adhered down better. How about that? As well as these side strips. And then I will work on the embellishing part. So I'll take the ornaments that I stamped and cut out, and I will put some foam adhesive, and I believe I got the foam adhesive from the dollar store a while ago when things were still $1. And I moved these around a little bit in that I thought I should put the blue one on the left side because the blue is right there with the frame, but there isn't really blue per se in that pattern paper. So I took the kind of the reddish and the pink from the pattern paper, put it on the left, and then took the green and the blue from the frames and put it on the right. And that just looked right to me. These chipboard pieces are Ellie's Studio, and this is me bringing in some black. That is one of the pick 5s. So the title is going to be Celebrate, and there's a little bit room for journaling. And then I have that one on the right by the Oh, here are my stars. I should talk about my stars. So I have a whole bunch of different gold stars of different color gold. And I would have liked to got those out of my stash, but I decided to go with the stickers. And I do actually use, I think there's 5 of them, and I use all of them on the page. Maybe there's 6, and I use all of them on the page. So I have this wire ribbon, and that went in the tag for the Celebrate. And then I'm going to pop up those ornaments. And so you can see I'm actually using a adhesive tape. That might be from the dollar store too, actually. And then I don't want to cover up too much of the ornament, even though I want them overlapping. So I managed to do that. And then I get these stars down, and I think they're Paper Studio stars. They're gold. And then, and I use all of them. So excited when you can throw a piece of packaging away. And the same thing on here. I just want to be careful that I don't overlap too much because I want to see most of the ornament. These stamps from Close to My Heart are so fun. They're just so versatile. You can do it in any color that you need. So that little piece there says "So Very Grateful," and I will sneak a little this just a little foam adhesive underneath there, and it was too far to the left, and then I was taking the adhesive off the sticker, and so, but I got there eventually. So a couple little pieces of black. We've got the stars, we've got the frames, we did the fussy cutting, the stenciling. So we've got our 5, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fabulous day.